Hello, everyone. Welcome to Footweek Podcast, episode 11. My name is Ahis Anthony, and we await April 30th, albeit everything goes fine. And we have the latest updates on EPL and football around the world. I'm not alone on this podcast. We've got a full house. I've got Chibuzo, I've got Samiat, and we've got the new guy on the block, Tunde. So you guys take it up from there and introduce yourself. Starting with the lady, Samiat. Let's go.
Hi, good evening, guys. This is Samiat. Nice to be here again today.
It's good to have you.
How have you guys been? Thank you.
We're good.
Yeah, once again, we are back on the Footy Week podcast. Lockdowns everywhere, but the podcast is not on lockdown. We are expecting to do some justice to whatever we have on our plates. We don't have much on our plates, so welcome back, our viewers, to our podcast. We hope to say something meaningful today.
Yes, most def, we will. Okay.
Hello, Tunde.
Hi everyone, it's good to be here. Good to join you guys. My name is Tunde, and I've always wanted to be part of this ever since I heard you guys for the first time. And I'm particularly excited that I'm joining you guys on the 11th episode because 11 is my favorite number.
Wow, makes sense.
Magic number.
Coincidence just keeps happening.
I think not.
It's like the coincidence is just this podcast is amazing. Like we brought in Samiat on the International Women's Day. We didn't plan that, as in she just showed up on the International Women's Day like that. And then now we have Tunde showing up, which is number 11 on the 11 podcast. Super strikers.
We're too good, man.
For real, man. Science upon science for us to continue doing this.
Mado. Okay, so we'll take it up from there. Oh, it's been negative news all the way. Fellaini tests positive for coronavirus. Ex-Real Madrid president Sanz dies after contracting coronavirus. So guys, myself and Chibuzo were here last week. It was like a solemn podcast where we were just talking about how the coronavirus syndrome has really affected football. And it's a good thing that we have a full house today, so we're going to exhaust every possible way that we will just have to discuss what's plaguing the world of football. Because everywhere, the whole world is in shutdown. From our Nigerian Football League up until, name it. We even had an incident where Mikel Obi was involved. He said he wasn't going to play again if the league don't shut down. And a day after or 2 days after, they adhered to what he said and they shut the league down. So guys, taking it one after the other, how has this coronavirus, or what would you guys say, or what is your opinion concerning coronavirus and its impact on football, most especially the EPL? Samuel can start.
I think I can start.
Okay, you can start. No problem. Yeah, sorry, just to mention to our listeners. Sorry, holding Tunde. Just to mention to our listeners, Tunde is from it's joined our podcast from the United States of America, Maryland precisely, right?
From the abroad.
No, Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, you moved base, Atlanta, Georgia. You see how the tongue roll differently. So it shows where Footy Week Podcast is going to, because that's the plan.
We're going global, man.
Yeah, go global. So Tony can start, and we just take it out from there.
With the coronavirus, it's a very sad situation considering all the opportunity that the whole world had, apart from, well, I guess except for China. Everyone had opportunity and time to prepare themselves better to handle this. Everyone had the chance to take precautionary measures to avoid it spreading as much as it has. And I mean, there's not much that can be said at this point, but to just adhere to all the guidelines by the World Health Organization and other medical bodies. In terms of EPL, I believe that the safety of everyone is more important than any game. In the end, all of this they're just for entertainment, and all these entertainers are still going to make their money regardless. Yeah. So I am completely in support of shutting down the league until everyone can be safe. Everyone needs to be safe when they come to watch a game. When everyone needs to be safe when they go out to get entertained. So I'm in 100% support of shutting down the league until we are sure that there are no new cases, and the cases that are currently there are dying down. With Mikel Obi's outburst, I support him 100% because even after all the leagues around the world shut down and the Turkish league refused to stop their league, I watched that one game, Trabzonspor and whoever it is they played, and it was the most boring game I've ever seen.
Ever.
No fans, no, nothing. It was just, I mean, I've seen some games that played closed doors, but that was terrible. That was because the players played like they didn't want to be there, and that's not what you want. You don't want a situation where players are playing like they don't want to be there, and there's no one to watch. It's just annoying. So I am in complete support of shutting down the league everywhere until people can be safe.
Okay. I think Tunde has just swept us off our feet. Like, I don't know what to say, but for me, I want to put it under angle, and that angle is that how far the effect of this virus can go. First of all, players might not earn what they usually used to earn. Why? Because there are no matches. There's even, I saw a post saying that Barcelona would cut down wages or payment of what people, because they agree before the season that they're going to be paid £100,000 per week and all that. But there was this graph I saw about how companies would be losing money, starting from, I think the companies that would last longer will be real estate companies. And then I don't know where football companies fall in, but in a way they just have to cut down costs because the clubs will also have to do CSR. There are funds, funds for emergency funds, money. People need supplies and all that. So it's going to change the financials, for clubs and for players, because even for us, because if the lockdown stretches to Lagos and you don't go to work and your company is not making money, how are you going to? Probably just be taking money from their reserves, yeah. And we don't know how long you can take from your reserve. You understand? Yeah. But it's going to affect the financials, revenues. It's going to affect revenues of clubs badly. Probably the calendar year, the financial year for 2020 is already skewed. It's already scattered.
Yes.
It's already scattered. So declaring profits, all those things will be affected. And then the other part is actual players dying. There's that possibility. We are praying that it shouldn't happen, or it will be very, very, very heartbreaking if a player, either a player that we know or a player that we don't know, dies from coronavirus. Like Tunde said, many countries were given the opportunity. China is called the Far East, very, very far. But unfortunately, some countries did not prepare adequately. Some countries were thinking it was a hoax. Some thought it was rumors. And now we're having people actually dying. People are dying in hundreds. Total figures as at this morning was 11,500. and places like Italy, it has gone mad. It has gone so high. Places Italy, Korea, Spain, France, the numbers are going up, and this is where we watch most of our football from. Most of the football that's played internationally is from Europe. You understand?
Yes,
so
from Europe,
Champions League is going to be. Some people say it's a reset. I don't know. It feels like it because man, I'm so overwhelmed. Like yesterday, we were watching. I had to tell them that please, can we just turn off this CNN for some time, because we're just seeing no more supplies. If there are no more supplies in countries like Spain, please, I don't know what's going to happen, because not forgetting that we also have players in Nigeria. We have people who are playing the National League, NFL. Yeah, sorry, what's it called? Yes, now it's called NFL now. NFL, NFL,
the MPFL, NNL,
MPFL, going to affect their salaries, going to affect. So this is a global shutdown, and I just pray that we come out of it. Yeah, there will be casualties, there will be damage, but we'll come out of it in a way that is not extremely painful and regretful. Over to you, Samiat.
Sunday and Chibuza has said it all. The virus has brought the world to its knees. Like the whole world, everybody is looking out for help now. And I heard the news about Italy Prime Minister today. It was really devastating. It's very sad, and it's just a total shutdown everywhere. It's coming to Lagos now. As from Monday now, civil servants are not going to work. Children are staying at home. Shutdown is now even local now. It's everywhere now. Just really, really, really tragic. It's a big event, and the whole world is crumbling to it. Very sad.
Because even the Women's League too has been shut down in England, in UK.
Everything.
Also in Nigeria as well. It's so crazy, because even I couldn't go out yesterday from a regular workout. I couldn't go play football because I'm scared. I don't know the next guy.
No, you don't know where anybody has been.
You gotta slide somebody that has coronavirus.
You don't know where anybody has been. You gotta be too careful.
I just had to sit inside. I just couldn't go out. Even this morning, the normal, you just want to do your regular workout. You see, it's devastating. So I can imagine the state of mind of the footballers right now, the professional footballers. Because we see on Twitter, we see on social media, some of them trying to do their normal regular workout, where the challenge came on social media, where they were juggling tissue, toilet papers. Yes, all that is just to keep body and soul together. But my fear is, how long will this continue? Now we're hearing that. We're hearing that the league, the suspension of the EPL has been postponed to April 30th. So it's tentative. So we pray this outbreak goes out. We pray the pandemic shuts off and we have our regular life back. But there is an if at the end. So what if it doesn't shut down? What if it doesn't reduce? What if the rate at which the thing is spreading, it's not curtailed? So does this mean we will not have EPL back in May 1st or on May 1st? And does this mean, by the way, Tune is a Manchester United fan. I don't know why I'm just attracting Manchester United fans to this footy podcast.
I'm not alone.
Oh, that's good.
Samiat's Manchester United fan. Chibuzo Manchester United fan. Tunde now Manchester United fan. Oh jeez. I breathe in.
That's good. We need somebody to talk to.
So, is this good for Liverpool or is this bad for Liverpool?
This is the best news ever.
Yeah, for Manchester United fans. Come on. But is this good for Liverpool? Or what will be in the mind of Jurgen Klopp right now, or the Liverpool players? To be sincere, would you want to be crowned champions, or would you
what
want?
would be in his mind is that make my players no go catch am. That's the number one. My players should not catch coronavirus, because that one is another story. Then we can now start talking about title. You get? For me, that's what I think you should be thinking about. My players, or wherever you are, wherever country, please don't catch coronavirus. Stay safe.
But that's going to be tough for him to think about that, especially with the fact that Liverpool has they've not won the league in such a long time, and he's so close to doing it. He's so close to becoming that legend. Yes, he's already a legend with the Champions League and other things, but delivering the league, that would erect his name among the greatest ever Liverpool manager. And if this is cancelled, if they are not crowned champions, yeah, I'm sure he's thinking about that somewhere in his mind. Like, no, this cannot be. But I don't even care.
Crazy, man. Crazy, isn't it?
It's really tragic. It's really, really tragic, because they have had an amazing season. So for it to end this way, if the league does not finish, then it's really sad. But I think there was a data stimulation report on BBC today, and I think they did like a calculation of, if the league does not end, maybe, I don't know if they will crown them, but at least they are still like the potential champions. And if the Manchester City UEFA ban stands, then the top four, let me just read the top four. I was going through the news earlier this evening. The top four will be Liverpool, Leicester City, Chelsea, and Manchester United.
Wait, sorry to cut you short there, but the rule states that for you to be crowned champions, you have to have exhausted or completed the 38 matches in the league. So are you saying because of this pandemic, the FA or the Premier League wants to, change or bend their rules to accommodate Liverpool to be champions?
I think the whole
every rule can be changed.
Every rule is bendable.
They can change it, and the other clubs can be like, please, let's just give it to them.
Every rule is bendable.
Let's sign an agreement.
The whole world is like clean right now.
I don't know if Edu's word will follow to sign, Sha.
Never. No, but the point in case is, so what happens to the guys at the position of 18, 19, 20? Would they be relegated?
Yeah. There was a calculation for that too.
Okay.
There's a calculation for that. Well, I don't know if we old. I think BBC are just trying to like build up content and all of that. But just in case we get to that, maybe they might work with the data stimulation.
So what happened to the other guys in the League One wanting to be promoted?
There was full detail, like the wants to be promoted and all of that. There was a full detail on the report. Because
I think it's all muddled up right now. Seriously, the FA, they have their work cut out. I mentioned this in the last podcast, because this is a situation that no one ever saw coming. Nobody had an inkling that this was going to happen. The league has been shut down for like 3 weeks now. 3 weeks or 4 weeks if I'm correct. Nobody saw this coming. So it is going to be a whole lot of... I don't know how they want to bend the rules. I don't know how they want to... Because to be fair on Liverpool, 25 points, it's quite massive. You're ahead of the closest team behind you. You're far away with, in terms of points garnered throughout the season, 25 points difference. And you're now telling me you want
but the 25 points won't matter, because it is the reason we can't crown Liverpool champions is not because the season has not ended. It's mainly because another team can actually close that gap.
How?
If Liverpool, there's a chance.
It's not.
Mathematically, there's a chance. Mathematically, there is a chance.
Says that Liverpool can win with 80%. So there's still like a 20% somebody.
Yeah. So as long as
that's why they have to wait for. That's why they have to wait for 2 matches now.
So they either play those 2 games and just confirm that we've exhausted it and make sure that okay, Liverpool has won the league. Other than that, they can't conclude. And I think if they want to keep the same EPL calendar starting towards the end of August, they have to find a way to play those 2 games before August, so that we know if Liverpool are going to be given the league, or the only other option would be to change the calendar of the season.
Well,
yeah, looking at the way things is going now, I think there might be a little bit of change with the calendar. With the way things are going now, currently, if the league does not resume end of April or mid-May, there's still going to be a lot of changes.
But then also, I'm even thinking, at what point would they tell the players to come back to play? Given the fact that some teams might have people who have the virus.
Hold on.
So that's like an extension on extension.
I'm not trying to throw shots here, but there's a certain team that's still training up until now. I don't know if they're trying to win the league. Manchester United team. You guys, your players are still training. You guys still come together and still train like a team.
Yeah. But we're showing you the style now. That's the way.
This is something I'm still finding hard to understand. Why is it that Arsenal fans keep tab on Man United team much more than
that's the only
I didn't even know that we are still training.
That's the only thing they have to do.
Are you carrying?
That's the only thing they have to do.
From Nigeria to
They're very obsessive.
Sorry.
The obsession is with
very
Manchester
obsessive.
United. They know everything in and out of it.
They are very, very
That's what the
obsessive.
match challenge this evening.
Hey, this Manchester United wagon on Foodie with Podcast. You guys should slow your roll, because information is out there for all to see. Amidst this coronavirus issue, because the only team that still keeps training as a team is Manchester United, and I'm wondering, are they getting closer to winning the EPL or what?
Coronavirus.
Well, I hope you guys share the dose to other teams, man.
We should come and buy tickets now. Come on, buy tickets.
Please share that dose to other EPL teams, because this thing is not funny. It's not. But positive news, Arteta is recovering, and the good thing the good news we heard was is he has recovered well. He's good to go, and I think Arsenal team might follow suit, and follow Manchester United's trail by coming together and training as a team in few weeks' time. And the good thing is, all the players have tested negative. No player have come out to test positive, even coming in contact with Mikel Arteta while they were all together. While he was infected, they didn't know, but they came close together. So that's positive news. And I think we've not heard any other player in the EPL of recent that has been infected.
Just Italy.
So Italy has just been the one that has been ravaged. Ravaged the most. So this comes to the next question I want to ask. So if the EPL resumes hopefully May 1st, how do the FA or how does the Premier League, how do they want to run the season? Would they still want to keep to the calendar year or eat into the next calendar? And a very interesting question I have is, yes, because I'm facing you Manchester United fans. I'm coming at you guys tonight. So for instance, Manchester United, even though I don't want it to happen, but for example, they make it to the Europa League final, and the Europa League final comes up in July. Igalo's contract ends in June. What happens?
They will extend it now. Is he hard?
I think with all of the situation now, there will be a possibility of an extension. They'll have to work away around it.
They've not enjoyed him now. That Jegule spirit that you saying, guy.
He
extend it. But another thing is that let's also ask. Yes, when you were saying how will the EPL do? Probably you can say they want to run more midweek matches, but then there's also the Champions League.
Yeah.
So it means that the guys playing in Champions League will have overload of more matches to play. So it's like you said, they have their work cut out. Like this is a wicked problem. They call it a wicked problem. You understand? Like the answer, nobody has the answer. But I just think that everybody's just focusing on, let things abate, let things, calm down, and then when we get there, we'll be able to address it. But for now, the way they're going to address it, there's going to be either they would chop into the next season or they'll spread it. It's possible they might spread it spread the matches over 5 years, and then in the fifth year, so instead of having a static start and end season, that's you start in August, you end in, then probably they will just find a way to spread over 5 years, so that the season 1 ends 1 month extra. There's something like that. I'm just trying to think for them, but something like that can work. I just increase it by 3 weeks, and then the players have 3 weeks less of rest, and then it becomes like a sacrifice. They just do it, and then by the 5th year, boom, everything has come back to normal. I think that's a way to go about it.
Yeah, I mean, what I think on this side is that they have to, and this will cut across all the leagues around the world, they have to adjust their football calendar. They have to change it. It's they just have to change it, because no matter how you try to even accommodate for, say, and this is just talking in terms, for example, say they want to play 2 games to see if Liverpool wins the league. Let's say Liverpool wins those 2 games, Man City don't win their 2 games. You give Liverpool the league, what happens to the relegation teams? You have to play for those ones also.
Yeah.
And then what happened to other positions?
It's harder to decide for the relegation teams than to give the title.
Yes.
Because those guys will say, please, we're not relegated as far as we're concerned.
And their points are all very close up.
They're very close. So, and then this is just another example. So Man City gets banned for the coming Euros, and then Man United automatically joins the top 4. Assuming Man U also wins Europa, then what happens to the next place? Wolves and whoever is behind them
Sheffield
will not
United.
want to admit. Yeah, they won't want to admit that. Listen, they will need their own games too. So the bottom line is the calendar has to be adjusted, where everyone plays their total number of games, and then we go from there. We just have to start the new season at a different time from the normal one.
And also the fight for Champions League spot, because it's a bit tight as well. Wolves, Sheffield United, Tottenham, Arsenal is in the mix. Even if you guys don't want to talk about that, I will rep my club. So, it's
so you now no mention Manchester United.
Yeah, I said Manchester United. Manchester United as well. Wolves, Sheffield United, Tottenham, Arsenal. It's really jeez. Because imagine if there was no coronavirus, because the league would have known who's going to make the top 4 right now, because we'll have just like 4 or 5 matches to go, and we'll know who's going in for the run-in. I think Liverpool would have been crowned champions, because they would have been crowned champions.
Another idea would be to, if we say, okay, Liverpool are crowned champions, and then we repeat. We now have 22. What's it called now? Now pick the guys from, what's the name of that division?
From the first division, yeah.
So we pick those 2 guys. We pick them that way, and then we have 22 or 23 teams. Find a way to squeeze the calendar, spread it. No, it will be the same match days, but then it means that more matches. You understand? So that's not even a problem. And then we have 20 something. Nobody relegates, but then the next season, 6 people relegate. 6 people relegate. Yeah, I'm just thinking. 6 people relegate. 6 people relegate. Hold on, no. 6 people relegate, and then Liverpool goes for Champions League, and then these guys you've called Manchester United, Arsenal, Sheffield, Wolves will now play a round robin for the person that will qualify for the Champions League. That's another option. That's really another option, because this thing is and then it's not only in EPL that has this headache.
Exactly.
Yes, it's not only EPL that has this headache.
Exactly. It's
Other
all
clubs
around.
have this headache. So it's probably maybe going
Other
to become
leagues too.
something from FIFA. Because they have to come and agree, because they also have competitions that they play together. You understand?
true.
International
True.
Club World Cup and all
Club
those
World
things.
Cup,
So
yeah.
other leagues are affected. Theirs might not be as tight, like okay, having a declared winner. We have an outright winner in Liverpool, but then they can also have close people in relegation zones. So
Look
it's
at
not even
Sierra
only an
Leone now.
EPL thing.
I think they might just. Yeah, you want to say something, Samuel?
Yeah, I say look at the CRA now. They can't just choose a winner now.
It's-
It's all close up.
I just have a feeling that they might just call that season null and void, because Italy as a country has been hit. Really, in Europe, I think they have the highest number of cases concerning this coronavirus. They've been hit so much. So I'm having a feeling that they might. I'm not part of the board. I'm not part of the decision makers, but I feel they might, call off that season. Just call it off, and let's just start all afresh again.
What about? Well, let's just wait and
I
see. All the sponsors.
just feel so.
This was Conte season.
Oh,
No, even the other, there's this other team, Lazio, they're second in position.
Now
Yeah.
Lazio and Conte season.
Yeah.
That's the Inzaghi.
Even if it's anybody that I would really want to feel for in the Italian Serie A, it will be Inzaghi, because he had brought that team. They were really
For years.
for years, and this was
For
like
years.
the breakout season for them, and the cost comes upon us all. For another part, I would like us to discuss. It's the contract. I just mentioned part of it, like citing the Gallows case. There are players that have signed already, and they're due to join their club July 1st. A player like Ziyech from Ajax to Chelsea. So does that mean come July 1st he will be eligible to play for Chelsea, or how should they do that?
It should be
I think
legitimate.
since this is a global.
Pandemic.
This is
Yeah.
for me. This is a reset. Like everybody has to come together to agree on a lot of things.
Exactly.
It's like a World War II sort of. It's like a World War II kind of thing. This thing I'm hearing that for the first time in 1,400 years, there's no Hajj.
Yeah. That was another.
In 1,400 years, no Hajj.
Yeah.
Let's show you
Yeah.
how serious this thing is. Like, yes, we've seen Ebola, we've seen SARS, we've seen MERS, we've seen anthrax. You know those guys. This guy is the top. It's like the highest. And for Hajj not to happen in 1,400 years, despite that there was a Middle East respiratory whatever that's the MERS that happened in the Middle East, it was not enough to stop
Yeah.
it. So I'm hearing that clear water is flowing in Venice.
Okay.
For the first time in forever.
Clear water is flowing in Venice in over how many years?
What's going on?
So it's a reset. Everybody will come back to a table, the table that they are sharing. We must come back to that table and agree that okay, like now shifting. Some guys are still dragging their legs in shifting the Olympics. Olympics will still be shifted.
Yeah,
All
definitely.
these things will be shifted.
Yeah, they
You understand? It will be shifted. I think part of I don't know why it's difficult for maybe because an IOC Euro has been shifted, Copa America has been shifted. I don't know. Maybe they are still thinking that everything will normalize by June. But if everything normalized by June, will everybody come back for the Olympics? Won't people be scared of coming to the stadiums? This fear that people are carrying up and down, I think the fear will just vanish.
Exactly.
The fear won't vanish now.
Even when the season resumes.
Yes, now even when the season resumes, some people will not come.
Then I'll be scared to go in the.
Yes, people who their families have
You
died.
don't know for sure. Is it really gone? Is it still coming back?
True.
Nobody knows for sure.
True.
So there's still going to be this fair.
True though. Whoa. I think we've exhausted the topic coronavirus enough, right?
Yeah, the whole world we have a very, very long couple of years ahead of us. It's going to be a lot of replanning and regrouping and all of that.
Man, and the funny thing is that 2020 was just 2020.
Yeah, it was supposed to be the year
Yeah,
now.
2020, Vision 2020,
I did not
MD
buy.
20, MDA 2020, and then 2020 comes, and people are like, okay, 2020 has come, or what has happened? Oh, Nigeria, how far? And then this one just happens. Like,
It's so crazy, man. But before we switch, before we move to other things, while we round up the podcast, we just want to, maybe Tunde can just tell us how it is over there in terms of sporting activities, football, their own league, what's going on. Is it a shutdown, or can you still go out, or can you still go to the park? Can you still do your normal regular workout? Is Tunde still there? I think. Hello? Oh, he's muted.
it's muted.
It would have been interesting if we could just get
Some insights.
some insight of how it is over there in the United States of America, Atlanta, Georgia, like you mentioned. But it's all good. So moving on from, maybe while he joins again, we'll just chip that in. So moving on to better things. Maybe we could just look at greatest footballing moment ever.
Hey guys, sorry, can you hear me?
Okay, you're back. Yeah, we can hear you. So I was just pointing out that before we switch away from this sad topic, coronavirus, we'd just like to get an insight, get a feel of how it is over there in Atlanta, Georgia. Are sporting activities still going on? Can you still go out? Can you still do your regular workout? Football, is it still possible? Do people still go to the stadiums? Because we don't know. We just hear say. So let's hear from the horse's mouth.
It's shut down everywhere. But there are two places in particular that are on lockdown where you're not allowed to go out except you're going for specific things, like maybe you're going to get groceries, you're going to the hospital, you're going to look something, and that's in New York and in California. Other places, you can still go out, you can still do stuff, but we've limited public meetings and gatherings to just 10 people. Not more than 10 people in any gathering, not more than 10 people in any setting. So that's the way it is now. Movie theaters shut down, the stadium shut down, pretty much everything except maybe stores where you get food and other gas stations. Those are the only things that are running right now. Companies shut down. Everyone is working from home, but most people are working from home. Okay. And those that are not working from home either don't have a job or everything is basically shut down. And according to the reports, this is supposed to be for the next 2 weeks to help curtail this thing. Yeah, so hopefully
this like the second week.
Yeah, this is going to be the second week, and if everything goes right, then we're looking at the quarantine will still continue, but we're looking at probably we're already at the end of the month, say the following week or 2 weeks after, where things would open up back as usual. But for right now, everywhere is shut down. Everything is shut down.
Wow. We pray this Passover is quick. So just to lighten up the podcast, because I wonder what we're going to discuss next week, but we just have to be creative. We just look for something. Hopefully there will be updates. There'll be an update.
Yeah, we can actually come up with topics to talk about.
Yeah.
Probably things that in the past.
Yeah, we just have to be creative. So part of lightening up this podcast before we round up, before we get it, I just want us to, Manchester United fans. Yeah, I have 3 with me right now.
You have to deal with it, man.
I'm trying.
We'll deal with it.
I'm trying.
I have a good one, Anthony. I have a good one if you will let me.
What's that?
Okay, so on this day, like in 2014,
are you talking? Oh, jeez, please don't go there, please.
On Akenwega's 1,000 game at Bridge.
What happened on this day?
Okay, Arsenal got smashed 6-0.
Oh, 6-0 by who?
by Chelsea at Stamford Bridge on Arsene Wenger's 1,000th game.
Oh,
So,
how did you just remember that?
Just to lighten up the mood. So I researched this specifically for Anthony, just to serve him, Anthony, are you still there?
I'm here.
Okay.
Is that
You're
all?
welcome.
Sorry, bro.
Is that all?
It's just
You're
on this
welcome.
day. Nothing much. Just on this day.
Just on this day, right?
You know, there are so many things about Arsenal that's a mystery to me, but one of them that I still can't understand is how and who in his right mind decided to give Unai Emery a contract. Who in their right mind, after watching PSG Barcelona, you don't even need to watch the whole game. After watching from the 80th minute, they still decided to give that dude contract to be an Arsenal manager. Yeah.
The guy is called Ivan Gazidis.
And then there's that.
Ivan Gazidis.
And he's in AC Milan right now. So it was like a code.
Boy.
He did that and he just signed out.
That was his parting shot.
And he left Arsenal.
Wow.
That was evil. That was evil.
Right now, I'm looking for on this day for Manchester United, but I just can't seem to lay my hands on. I want.
I'll find
Yeah, we could just wrap it on this note and then you look for on this day for the next.
Down. So let's just lighten up the podcast. Best moments for the clubs that we support. But so fortunately, I have 3 Manchester United fans, so I'm gonna have 3 different best moments for Manchester United poured out into my ears right now on this podcast. So
into your ears.
yeah. Or maybe I'll just press mute and don't listen when you guys are doing. But it's football, man. It's football. We love it. We fight. We argue. We banter. So just best sporting moments for Manchester United.
For me, I think my best sporting moment was winning the Champions League in 2008. Simple.
I think they went throughout that
And we
season
did it
unbeaten.
against Chelsea. Come on.
Yeah, I think Manchester United did that. They were unbeaten throughout that Champions League run.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
2008.
we beat Arsenal on the road to Chelsea.
Yeah, you had to
Please
cheat that.
remember.
Yeah.
Gibbs.
Yeah. I remember. Because good thing was Manchester United won that entire Champions League season without losing to any team. They didn't lose a game. I'm right. Some you guys are quiet. Rep your club now.
We are waiting for you to finish.
Yeah, man.
As you are helping us.
That's not news. That's not news. Just
Okay, but there is a team in London that has 38 matches unbeaten and they won
I
the
know you
league.
say that next.
They won the
And they didn't
league
win the
without
Champions League.
losing. So a team like Liverpool, they tried, and see what happened. Oh, too bad. So moving on, best moments for Manchester United. I'm listening.
We already know your own best moment now.
What is
You've
it?
said it too. You've said it too.
Come on.
38 unbeaten now.
It's not even that.
Golden trophy.
It's not even that. So it's not even that.
I want to hear that one, sir.
So bring it on, man. Manchester United fans, your best moment.
I think one of my favorite moments from Manchester United, I can't recall the match exactly, but it was a Premiership match. Man U Liverpool, when Agri scored this mad free kick. I don't know if anybody can remember the match.
oh yeah.
I can't remember the
Oh, yeah,
season.
Ronaldo was on the field that day, but he
Got
just
this
took the
match
free kick out of him. Yes.
That was one of my favorite Man United moments.
What
I
season?
can never forget. I can't recall.
That was 2008 too.
2008. That's in 2008, I think.
Okay.
Because that was when Hargreaves was in
Yeah, that was
the-
2008.
Hargreaves and Ronaldo, that was the last time they were together.
Crazy, man.
So for me, the best footballing moment Manchester United was signing Wayne Rooney. The only thing I knew about him was the goal he scored against Arsenal when he was in Everton, and then to see that we signed him, that was amazing.
Why is Arsenal collecting bash like this?
Jeez. Hey, our listeners, can you see what this has turned into? I'm being bashed left, right, center, man. Okay. Since we're bashing Arsenal, well, I just have to say mine. Best footballing moments for Arsenal. Best footballing moments for Arsenal. Apparently, I have two, but I'll just take one. Yeah, but it's
only take one.
Yeah, it's similar. It's kind of similar. You know, when you go to the backyard of your rival and you win the league there in their backyard. So 2001, Sylvian Wiltord scoring that winner at Old Trafford, and winning the league for Arsenal in Manchester United's backyard. Boom.
Yeah, okay. Enjoy.
There are also there are a few other things we can look at, like
in your face.
United
Dude, don't go there. Let's stick with the best sporting moment. You stated yours, I'm stating mine. So what? Yeah, I think with this that we're doing, it's part of creativity. It could be maybe next week's content. Okay, your club versus my club. Let's bash. Let's let people call in. We just have to make ourselves happy. No EPL, nothing to talk about. Bring boys to the yard and let's kill it.
Oh, we can also the Man U Arsenal classic, the 8-2. We can't forget that today. Since we are bashing Arsenal today, let's just bring that up.
We are not bashing Arsenal yet, too.
Okay, we are just.
No, let's save it. Let's reserve it for a whole day. That one will probably need two.
That one is a whole day podcast.
A whole day bashing.
Udoka, where are you? Udoka, please come back to Football podcast. We need you.
Oh boy.
So it's good having you guys around. Talking. It's a full day today, but could have made sense if there were matches to review, but this coronavirus has just made us to be what we are right now and analyze football this way. But I know it could have been more interesting than this. But we pray for better weeks ahead, having a full house like this and being able to review matches. But as we look towards the next podcast, something definitely will come up. We just have to be creative. We can't be talking about coronavirus all the way. No. We'll talk about updates that comes up, because I know there will definitely be updates that will come up during the week. We hope and we pray no EPL players get infected and nobody dies. We pray. And even we on this podcast, we pray nobody gets infected. Please.
Amen.
Let's follow what we're supposed to do. Stay social distance. I'll be at work tomorrow.
I'm scared of going to work.
No. The good thing for my own company. Let me don't call the name of my company. Where I work, some have to stay back. IT only, just to be in the building, because of the nature of our job. So IT alone, IT and operations really. They are the only departments that should resume at the head office tomorrow. So others work from home, because I feel that's a bit. It's still fair when you don't have the whole full house. And even with that, you just have to be careful. Wash your hands, and normal hygiene. Wash everything and do everything. So before we part, we're on social media platforms, FootyWit. We're on Instagram at FootyWit. We're on Twitter at Footy_Wit, and also on YouTube, where this podcast will be deployed to, or FootyWit Analysis. Please follow us and subscribe. So, our final words, starting with our debutant today, Babatunde. Final words before we leave. So the way we do it, you say your final words, parting shots, what we hope to hear from you next week, or what we hope to talk next week, and also state your social media handles, Instagram, Twitter. You can get new followers. Should, in case people listening, they might want to follow you. It's possible. So that's how we roll.
All right. Well, this was good. I enjoyed listening and contributing and talking about what we all loved most, the game, and I look to do this again with you guys and as many other people as we can get on board. Because apart from talking about it, I know we all play and we all participate in one way or the other, and we all need this kind of forum to express our opinions and do it with as much fun as possible. Social media handle: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all of them, they're all the same at Babatunde Idumo. And
Baddest. Okay, guys. Yes, it's nice to come together to talk again. We hope you enjoy our podcast. We hope you come back again to listen to future episodes and listen to past episodes, and follow us on social media. My name still remains Chibuzo. My social media handle for all, like Babatunde has, set the pace, is CHIBUZOROBILOM. Over to Samiat.
Yeah, it's fun. It's been fun having Babatunde on board. It's always fun to be here with the guys, and I want everybody to stay safe. If you are listening, stay safe, social distancing and all of that. Just be safe. We'll be back again next week with more interesting things to talk about. So on Twitter and Instagram, I am Samiat, ZHAMYHAT.
Okay.
And Tony.
Okay, before I sign out, I forgot to mention Footweek podcast is also on Anchor.fm. We just deployed our podcast there as well. You can also find us on... Yeah. You can also find us on Google Podcasts and also on... I think just that.
Stitcher.
Google Podcast. Breaker. We're not on Spotify because Spotify is not on our location. It's not in Nigeria, so you can find us there. You can listen to us, listen to our previous podcast there. And sorry, before I sign out as well, but Tunde, he has his own sports show as well in United States of America.
Wow!
So maybe one day we'll debut on his own show as well.
Correct.
I'm so sorry.
That would be nice.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I forgot to mention that. I'm so sorry. Maybe if you can just talk about it, just a few minutes or a few seconds.
I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. What we basically do is we just call in and rant all of the things that we just talk about. Everyone have their own opinion, and it's good to hear another person's perspective. You think you think you are aware of everything about a particular topic until you hear another person's perspective who grew up under different circumstances and different conditions than you did, and then it makes a little more sense. So we do the same, but we've not had one in a while, but we are planning to get back again to do that. So when I have more information as to when we'll record and get podcasts out there, I will let you all know.
What's the name of the podcast?
Sports Illustrated. We say Sports Illustrated, but it's mainly, we only talk about soccer, and that's football.
Okay.
So, yeah.
No problem. So we hope to have our own debut in your sports podcast, Sports Illustrated. Yeah. So while I sign out, my name is Ahis Anthony, Footweek Podcast, episode 11. My social media handle at HEYHEES is not that complicated.
It's not complicated.
Yeah, stay safe. Have a nice week. Please stay hygienic. It's very important. Don't shake. Don't hug. Don't kiss, except she's your wife or your husband. Don't share utensils. Don't eat from another person's plate. Please. Coronavirus, we will defeat it. It will not defeat us. We hope to see it end very soon. Stay safe, guys. Thanks for being on the show.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.